What's up, guys, and good morning. Today is our first official full day in Hue City, the Imperial City, that is. And yesterday we got in kind of in the afternoon, but it was a little rainy. Just got a bite to eat, didn't do too much. But today we're heading to the palace. And then I think we might just roam around and see what else we can find. The weather is actually cooperating. It doesn't look like there will be rain today. We're excited. We're gonna get some steps in and we're gonna see what Hue City has to offer. So come along. So this is your typical Monday in Hue City. All the shops doing their cleaning. What's crazy is most of these places, there are some cafes and a few other spots where you get some breakfast food. As you'll see here, the Come On Spa. They're getting up ahead. You'll see there's a stage. They're gonna have a big music thing, I think, going on on the 30th of December. It's kind of like their New Year's Eve party. But for the most part, this is like it's almost like Hanoi at nighttime. Becomes a party town. And usually most of these places you'll see, like this burger joint, nothing's open. Some of these other bars, restaurants, nothing opens till about 6 o'clock. And then it's like a complete party scene, which we were actually pretty surprised that Hue was kind of like a party scene. We thought it was more like a chill Chiang Mai type of vibe. So what's crazy about Hue City is, like I was mentioning, it's like a party town, which we didn't expect that. Everything opens at 6 p.m. for the most part. It's all these bars. And they stay open till late at night. But yesterday when we got here, I swear to God, in the first hour, we have guys just rolling up on scooters and bicycles saying, hey, marijuana. I literally in the first hour got offered marijuana 3 times, which is, I don't know what that says about me. I just look like a guy that loves marijuana, which not the worst thing in the world, but very interesting. Guys out here trying to make a living slinging marijuana in Hue City. So if that's your thing, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have a problem finding it. Either that or it's an undercover cop and you'll be doing 12 years in prison. So you make the choice how important that is to you. But we just thought that was very interesting. We got marijuana dealers all over the place here in Hue City. So
it was very weird because it's the first time happening in Vietnam. Wherever we have been, no one ever has talked to us or offered us something like that.
Yeah, it is very weird. But I'm not trying to do 11 years in a prison in Vietnam for a gram of marijuana. So I'll just enjoy the coffee. Thank you very much. So this is the Hue City Park. I think it's kind of centrally located within Hue. It's off the main road. And then as you'll see over there, the river's over there. You can take some river boat tours, but the weather's kind of blah, and I don't really know how much you could see. Compared to like a Hoi An river tour, it doesn't make much sense, I feel like, to even go on it. So I think we're gonna pass that up. There's really no vibe on the river. But I think there's some market that it takes you to. A lady was saying that if we get on the boat, it's pretty cheap and it takes you some market. So I'm assuming it's some kind of like buy shopping market. But Lord knows we've done enough shopping in Vietnam at markets. And yeah, we got enough shit to carry. So we're gonna go ahead and pass on the market shopping for now. And then over here you'll see there's the University of Education, Hue University. Got winter school going on here. You see a lot of youngsters getting their education, but cool little central. They got some cool art deco going on. Yeah, there's some interesting art decor here, and there's really not much explanation as to what they mean, so I guess it's up for it's very subjective art. This is probably the coolest one I've seen. It's like hands in a rib cage caressing this lady with no arms. I don't know what the hell that could possibly mean, but it's definitely unique. And they have some other random stone type stuff, but there's no explanation as to what they are or what they mean. It's up to your interpretation, I guess. Something like people embracing here. And then this is like something more you would see in like a temple. This is pretty cool. Nature's taking it over a little bit, but just a little bit of these throughout the park. Pretty cool. You can see out there riverboat cruising along, but as you can see, there's really not much to see up the river. Just doesn't seem like a lot of sense to go on one of those. Not much of a scene or a vibe. Could be wrong, but we've done enough river tours here in Vietnam.
is the former imperial capital of Vietnam. Used to be the political and cultural heart of Vietnam during the Hue dynasty and was from 1800 till 1945.
Okay guys, we've made it behind the Imperial City walls, where the emperors lived and worked and ruled the country. It's a pretty interesting compound. It seems pretty, not commercialized, but it's very busy.
Today is perfect weather to walk around, and Hue is very walkable city.
It definitely is. It's busy, but yeah, once you get behind this wall, but it's very easily walkable, and the weather is absolutely amazing, finally. It was raining all day yesterday, so today we're taking advantage of it. Although we feel bad, Grab drivers keep coming by and asking us if we want to ride. We're like, finally, we can walk. We're good. So here is the Hue Imperial City. You can see the Emperor's walls, and there's the main entrance over there, and you can see it's surrounded with a moat to keep all the would-be people from coming in. Very old school, very classic, like the castles you would see in Europe. They have the moats surrounding it, filled with God knows what. I don't know if they have alligators in Vietnam, but regardless, it wouldn't be easy to get through the walls. And here's the queue. It is pretty busy for a Monday, so we're going to jump in the queue, get some tickets, and as you can see, we'll be heading in. Hopefully not too long.
So to get in the Imperial City, it's important to have cash. We just bought the 2 tickets and start one adventure now. And you should have cash because they don't accept cards.
Yeah,
so make sure.
A lot of people were getting turned away because they didn't have the cash ready. Luckily, we went to the ATM right before we got here. We actually didn't know either. But fun fact, if you're going to come to the Imperial City, have some cash on you. $200,000 per person. Good. Come on.
I wasn't sure if he will if he will give us back the ticket, because I read there at the entrance when I bought it. I read that it was take a picture of the ticket or save it, because you never know, they may ask you again to show them.
Huh. So here is the, I won't even try to pronounce that, but it's the pavilion. Well, I'm assuming where you go up on the top. So this is the inside of the Imperial Hue City.
How beautiful.
Behind the walls. Very beautiful. Lots of open space. Very well manicured.
Now I feel like a queen.
Yeah? The Imperial Queen, dictator. Another beautiful kind of pond type area.
The majority of the sites that we will see today are all reconstructed, because the majority of them were destroyed during the Vietnam War. They have done a very good job on reconstructing everything and having everything like new, and we have the possibility to see as it once was. And now we feel like we are emperors and can go inside and see all this beauty.
You know, we up here. Eva.
And look at this view from the pavilion, folks. Here's where you can see the grand entrance. I don't know if that's where the emperor actually resided or not. We haven't gotten that far. But drop in the comments if you know if that's where he resided or if that's just another place. I think maybe way behind that is where he actually lived. But this is the view from the pavilion. You can see people feeding koi fish. A whole bunch of them in there. It's a lot of color. Very beautiful. Pretty busy today for a Monday too.
Only the emperor, his family, and high-ranking officials were allowed inside. Regular people could never enter this area.
This building feels completely different from the rest of Imperial City. Inside, everything has a strong European, almost French style, which is unusual for this place. It was built in the early 1920s during the last imperial period, when European influence was very strong. That's why the design, decorations, and layout feel more like a European palace than a traditional Asian one. What's crazy is that it was destroyed after World War II, stayed in ruins for decades, and was fully restored only recently, reopening to the public just a short time ago.
Well, guys, we just wrapped up the tour of the ancient Imperial Hue City. And to be honest, I was a little underwhelmed. It's just a typical tourist place. I mean, I'm not down in the history of it all. I think the history of it's really cool. You know, I like to watch documentaries and things like that. But other than that, it was just loaded with tourists. Everything, there's a queue. Everyone's trying to take photos for Instagram. Yeah, I was pretty much over it after about 15 minutes of being inside. I do love the history and the historical aspects of it, but when there's just places that are loaded with tourists, it reminds me why I kind of love just going off the beaten path and going to places where there's not any of that. You're kind of more immersed with locals and just get a feel for the vibe rather than going to spots that are kind of historically all tourists. But regardless, we made it. So our first stop for our first meal in Hue is this place called Baga. I guess it's called Baga. So what we got here is the Nem Lu. I could be mispronouncing that, but otherwise known as grilled pork skewers. And then Nem Ren, Hue fried spring rolls. And then we got the Bun Bo Hue coming soon.
It looks like it's with meat.
Yeah, I think it is.
Usually,
Might be beef. I don't know.
usually spring rolls are made with vegetables. Spicy?
Yes. No spicy.
This? No spicy? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
This first question, everywhere we go in Asia, is it spicy? Is it spicy?
Meanwhile, everything here is spicy.
Yeah.
This is good.
Good.
Yeah, it's with meat, some vegetables, like a meatball inside the spring rolls. It looks like crunchy. Very good.
I'm losing my touch with the chopsticks. I don't know what's going on here. Very good. Very crispy, and you could actually, this one's loaded with beef. You could tell it's tenderized beef, maybe a little bit of cabbage in there. Very unique. We haven't had a spring roll like that before. So as you can see, this spring roll has like, it's wrapped in, it almost looks like an asparagus stalk, but it's not that. If you know what this is, drop it in the comments. I have no clue what this is, but I'm not a vegetable person at all.
This is pork skewer.
Pork skewer. No, thank you.
Don't like it?
No, I don't like it.
Serious?
I don't like it.
Okay.
It tastes very... It almost has a mint aftertaste, but it just tastes like something that was like canned. I don't know. Not a fan. I'll just chase it with beer and smile. Yeah, very good.
Here comes the beef, and John is not happy because there are vegetables.
I don't like onions.
We told them no vegetables.
Every
but
time I order something anywhere in Asia, please no vegetables. I know. I should eat my vegetables. They're good for you. So I just added some super chili spice to mine, and this is the infamous Hue beef noodle soup. Very hot. Very good.
it has like a sour taste.
It does have an inch. I have a feeling they don't use the best part of the cow as far as the beef goes. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes pretty good.
Very different taste from pho that we are used to eat, and
It's a cheap cut of
try.
beef for sure. It's not a good cut of beef.
has like a sour taste in the end.
Here is our King Deluxe room. Huge king size bed. Nice rose petals, everything there. Even got towels shaped like a dog. I've never seen that before. Like a French colonial style. We have a little refrigerator down there. They got some snacks and foods you can eat for a small fee. Good sized TV screen to watch some Netflix and chill at the end of our busy day. And then we got a spot for coffee or tea. Here is the bathroom. Very beautifully done. Bathtub,
shower, all the basics, very clean, very nice. $80 for 3 nights. Can't beat it. And what else we got
Have you
here?
ever seen a sewing box in a hotel?
I have not. That is interesting. What would you do
The
with
first
that?
time.
Oh my god, they even have chemical respirator masks. Look at this, guys. Have you ever seen this in your hotel room before? How bad is the air here? I wonder. I wonder if you can take these home with you? I'd like to just sport this while I'm on the motorbike. See how crazy people look at me and take my breathing good air to a whole new level.
We should be prepared. Something will happen here or what?
I have never seen one of these included with your hotel. High quality chemical respirator. Just in case another country, foreign adversary wants to gas you, you can be prepared while on holiday.
Hue isn't really about rushing from place to place. It's a city where history, quiet daytime walks, and completely different night energy all exist together. If you're into history, enjoy calm days, and still like a little bit of nightlife in the evening, then Hue might be the right place for you to visit. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.